have is the presentation of the City Community Customer Service Survey Results. Presentation by our very own Rob Frizelle, Community Services Director.
Thank you so much, Mayor and council members. I'll be quick because I know there's a lot of people in the back excited to say some nice things about our amazing police chief, who I've had the awesome opportunity to work alongside for over 10 years now, and it's been an absolute pleasure, Chief. Tonight, as a part of the Fall 2023 City Strategic Planning meeting, staff was directed to create a community satisfaction survey. Staff designed that survey with Mayor Glenn Grandis and Councilmember Kim Constantine. Rick and myself did that as an ad hoc committee. And we advertised it on the city website, city social media, and public-facing buildings. On February 20th, we presented the initial results from that survey, and at that time we were asked to open it for 90 more days, which concluded on May 20th, 2024. So we are presenting those findings tonight. Ultimately, what we found was we doubled our responses to over 400 responses from originally it was right around 200 per question, and we saw virtually the same exact results that we had seen previously. Generally, they were good results with 60 to 75% favorability on most Fountain Valley items, and we can go through those here. First question was, how do you rank and order the importance of the following factors: overall economic health, quality layout of residential and business, overall quality of utilities, infrastructure, overall feeling of safety, and overall quality of parks and recreation. And number one from our community that we need to focus on in the next 2 years or upcoming 2 years is the overall feeling with safety, and second, overall economic health of the city. And that remained consistent from the first survey to the additional 90 days. Secondly, please rate your overall feelings on public safety. Similar, we had 78% favorability on our first 90 days, and it was maintained at 77%. And remember, sometimes when you come in contact with public safety, you're not having your best day. So the next number is a little bit higher when we asked how our emergency services about fire department was, and you can see they were at an 88, and it went and maintained at an 87. Next, we asked, please rate the quality of services of each of the services: public services, roads and streets; public services, medians and landscaping; parks and recreation; senior services, the city's website; and customer service by Fountain Valley employees overall. You can see that the vast majority fell in the good, fair, and excellent, with good being the highest across the board. And you can see poor was very lightly voted in. I did have an asterisk here. I think Parks and Recreation scored the highest, but I don't know how that got in there. Excuse me. No, I'm just kidding. The next question we asked is, how likely would you to attend any of these special events in Fountain Valley? And as you saw this last weekend, we had thousands and thousands, probably over 20,000 people come out to the Fountain Valley Sports Park to join in Summerfest. You can see that they're very likely and probable to attend Summerfest and summer concerts in the park. Additionally, with tree lighting, more on the maybe for the Lobster Fest and the Crawfish Festival. And only if, on those last two, about 30% saying they don't plan on attending. And that remained consistent. Next, we had please rate the following categories of Fountain Valley government performance. And you can see it maintained, again, in the fair to good to excellent across the board, about 70 to 80%, which is great for these questions. In our opinion, City Council's direction for the city, value of services for taxes paid, resident involvement on boards, commissions, and volunteers' opportunities. And like the mayor said, we have amazing volunteers and so much interaction with our community. Confidence in Fountain Valley's elected officials. You can see that had a high marks at 42% and good. Does City Council act in the best interest of the community? Again, 34% good and 29 or 30% fair, which is a high ranking. Transparency at City Hall, a little bit less, and communication with residents, 34% in the good and 34% in the fair. And that did remain consistent. Lastly, on the main questions we had, please rate each of the following for the Fountain Valley community related to the City Council's directions. Oops, sorry. Overall question was, is Fountain Valley a nice place to live? And we had an 82, and it dropped to a 78. Here's the breakdown of who took the survey related to how long they've lived in Fountain Valley, and the vast majority that took the survey, 325 people, more than 25 years, and then it's evenly distributed across. Similarly, we had, do you rent or own your home? And 92%, almost 93% do own their home that took the survey. And then you can see the age breakdown here of who took this survey, and the vast majority were 55 years and older. We also did have a comment section that was provided to you prior to the City Council meeting for your review. There were some themes that were in the vast majority of those comments, and I highlighted them here. Homeless support and attention to people that are unhoused in our community, concerns with ADUs, street repairs, needing additional senior services, and the development growth of the city in the years to come. So with that, we're looking for council's direction. If you'd like to close the survey, you did see after extending it another 90 days, it stayed fairly consistent. So without going to one of those more professional surveys, which we presented after an RFP for about $25,000 to $30,000. I don't think the answers are really going to change from who we're getting our responses from. And last time we posted these results with the comments on the city's website, so I would make that recommendation if council wanted to direct us to post those and make it available on the city website.
Okay, so a couple of comments from me first, if that's all right. So, yeah, I think, yes, to absolutely post comments on there. I think that's appropriate, part of our transparency. Maybe our grade will go up a little bit more on that one. I would say I read every single comment, and a lot of it was about the unhoused homelessness issues that we have in our city. So, again, we're taking that very seriously, and right now I would say it's one of our number one issues that we're dealing with. There were quite a few comments positive for Councilmember Constantine for her outreach to the community, so that was nice. Yeah, but overall, I think we can stop the survey at this point. I don't think that it's going to change very much what we have, but I think it's something we should bring back, and maybe a different set of questions or a different focus area, because we do want to hear from our residents. Any other comments?
Yes.
Councilmember Constantine?
So yes, thank you for the compliment. Can we have a staff member address some of the concerns that are on the survey, on the comments before they go online, so people can see that?
To address them,
Well, I mean, like
so
to,
that related to how they're written, or to actually go out into the community and address them?
oh, no. I mean, we have the data, and
Oh, you mean
like if
answer the
somebody
question.
talked about Warner, for example, that it's all torn up or whatever, put some input in there as to,
Some staff
Yeah,
responses
I'm sorry,
related to
just
the questions and
tongue-tied. Yeah.
concerns? Absolutely, I think we could work on that. It may take just a little bit longer to
Sure.
get that done. We did make a copy of the survey available to all the directors, so we have all had the chance to review and discuss it. And so anything internally in our department, we've obviously highlighted. But I think that's a good idea to be able to respond to some of those.
perfect, thank you.
Anyone else? Yes,
Yep,
Councilmember
Mayor.
Canine.
Yeah, I really appreciate the survey. A really careful look at the comments, I think, was very helpful. Just for the public, there's 21 pages printed out, and I highlighted a lot of the themes. I think I kind of see three big threads. Sober living homes was one. Infrastructure, roadways, work on that, and safety. I think safety kept bubbling up throughout. And I agree. I think this is really good information. I encourage everyone to read the comments and know that there's a lot of good feedback that I take to heart and want to continue to try to do better. So thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Bowie?
Thank you, Mayor. Well, first of all, I want to thank you, staff, for having the report for us. Just like any industry, right? I think it is a great idea to the comments the mayor say that, yeah, I think it's okay to close it, and I'm satisfied with the report. I don't think we need to spend, the public fund to go outside third party to get a report. It's probably not going to change that much, like you said. I agree with you. However, maybe we should revisit, I don't know, whether it's 6 months or a year, just like any business. We don't want to be complacent. We're in the business to serve the public, and we want to make sure that the public has the assurance that we're here to serve them, to do the best we can. Or police department has done a phenomenal job, and will be continue to do that jobs. They entrust the public that they can feel confident that that's their job. They're high onto their job, and their heart and soul is into the city. So I believe we will continue to do that type of service we provide, including the fire departments. They're doing phenomenal jobs to our city, and I believe they will continue doing so. And I think we don't need to continue for now. But I think that, like I said, we should look at it 6 months or a year.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Harper?
Yeah, I was really interested in the comments from all the residents, and so it's important for us as elected officials to hear as much from the community as you can. So anytime you get a thought in your head about the community, please share it with somebody at the city so we can add it to the list, incorporate your feedback. If we get a lot of comments about a certain issue, that helps us to know that it's an important issue in the community. And conversely, if we don't hear about anything, we might not, we might not notice it the way that you do. People living near issues tend to be more interested in them. And, we can't be everywhere in the city at all the time. So you are our eyes and ears out there. I know Chief Shepherd likes to say, if you see something, say something. That doesn't apply just to public safety, but to anything that you think can keep Fountain Valley a nice place to live. So I appreciate all the feedback and encourage all the residents to keep the comments coming. Thanks.
All right, very good. And then, City Manager, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they want to send an email to all of us, fvproud@fountainvalley.gov. fvproud@fountainvalley.gov, and it comes to all of us. So if you want us to know what's going on, as Councilmember Harper says, that's the best way to get a hold of us, and all of us at the same time. I want to thank you, one last thank you, and I wrote this down, and I'm glad you said it, is, you saved us $28,000 for an outside agency, and I think you got a pretty good response rate, even better than maybe we would have received spending all that money. So I want to thank you and your staff for all your hard work for that.
No problem. Rick helped quite a bit as well, and they were aiming for 300 to 500 responses from one of those professional surveys. So us getting over 400 was a good response.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.